What's up, everybody? It's Spicy. So I was just waiting for Injustice Investigations. Hey, Spitting Fire, Bobby, Yisrael, Angie Pooh. What's going on, everybody? I'm just waiting for Injustice Investigations to join us, but I'm going to get started. Not going to be long. We wanted to talk, just keep the conversation flowing about the Black Lives Matter movement. Some things that I feel that's necessary to say. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. It's things that I feel that's necessary to say. I believe that Black Lives Matter is not about an organization. I don't understand personally why people have anything negative to, well, at least Black people have anything negative to say about it. It took somebody that I admire and respect, a man named Hawk Newsom, who is this man is a guy from the Bronx. He's my age, around my age, 30ish, 38, something like that. He dropped out of school. He went back to school to get his GED. And I think that that's awesome. He went and got his law degree. He is a lawyer, and he is the leader of Black Lives Matter. When he started that, what they call organization or corp, it's not a corporation, in my opinion. It can be organization because it's an organized group of people that are protesting humanity, for humanity, human rights. And that's the thing about it. There's a lot of questions that goes into why Black Lives Matter, why not all lives matter. Well, I think that's pretty nosy and disrespectful to bring up the fact that all lives matter. You know what you're saying. You know exactly your intentions for bringing up all lives matter in a time like this. People really are dying. People really are being killed because of senseless people, heartless, callous people that hate you because of your race. I went to grottos, and I always go to grottos. I haven't been in a while since the pandemic. I went to grottos. I came in the bar entrance. When I got in, there was nothing but white people in there. I was the only Black one. So, I was shocked, but I just kept going because I'm not a hateful person and I'm not racist. I was stared at, which was normal. But there was one guy in particular who stared at me like he wanted to chop my head off. So I am not the type of person. I'm not going to show you any sign of weakness like that. You're not going to intimidate me. So what I did was I turned away and I felt him piercing at me. So I stared at him again. And no sooner I heard a voice say, "Hello. Thanks for coming." And this was a white bartender. I was greeted with nothing but respect and regards. And I respected and I appreciated the bartender because he saw how uncomfortable I was and how the guy made me feel hella out of place, even though I'm not in nowhere but Grotto's Pizza. The pizza sucks. Like, I like the buffalo wings. They all right. So I went up in there like normal, and I get to the cash register. I see the looks. The guy that rung me up, he was looking at me a little strange at first. But as I continue to be myself and stand in confidence, because that's who I am, and speak, enunciate, and everything, take care of my order, he was impressed. For what? I don't know. I'm just being what you should be, confident, getting my food, paying. And he ended up calling me an angel twice, gave me a larger soda and a slice of pizza. This is my point. A lot of people judge you, and they are judging you, and they are relating you to their experience. Maybe they ran into or saw somebody that they see as a bad person that represent the Black people, and that left them with a bad opinion of you. But because of who I was and how I acted, how I carried myself, the fact that you're not going to look me in my eyes and find that I'm intimidated because I know who I am. They saw something differently in me. So if there's somebody after me that's Black that shows a bad example, then we have to start over again. So here again is my point. Stand in confidence. Be the best version of yourself. And, all things will line up. People will respect you if you don't show weakness. And some people just don't like you. And that's just how it will be. Will I go back to grottos? Hell no. I will not go back to grottos. I appreciate the gratitude, but I will not go into a place where I'm looked at as if I'm different when I come from America. I'm American. Nobody can take me out of America. No one can push me out of America. I was born here. And that's what I'm saying. The fact that we have to protest that we matter, all in itself, says a lot. We have human rights. I'm waiting for investigations to pop up. Hopefully, he comes soon. Thank everybody again. Thanks, Daddy Lolo and everybody else that's here. K Baby, excuse me. But that was my experience. I see videos where people talk about Black Lives Matter and how it's, again, an organization. You got your own people analyzing this situation. And my opinion is, why do you care? I mean, if you can profit off of it legally, I want you to win. That's the point. It's funny how they don't want you to defund the police. They call you a crackhead. It's contradictory. They talk about you can't pay your rent. You don't have a job. But the minute we are trying to put money back in the community, help healthcare, they talk about Black people dying the most from coronavirus, which has added up, plussed up more hate towards us. All of that goes into the equation. But yet, when it comes to taking away some of our tax money from the police, that's only abusing us and brutalizing our people. Profiling, stereotyping, it's real. Take the money from them that we pay in taxes and put it in the community. Seriously, it works. Invest in healthcare. Open up new jobs. I say open up mental clinics where people can go. People want to grow. Draw them. Help us. Heal us. I don't see what's wrong with that. But yet they don't want to defund the police. They don't want to put money back in the community. And they don't want us to not work. It leaves me with one conclusion. You're a bully. You don't like us. And it's nothing we could do to please you. Not that I want to. And that's my conclusion in regards to that. I'm going to check on injustice investigations. See, hopefully he joins soon. But I'm going to play this video. This video made me cry. And I'm going to be honest, I've been crying all month to the point where I had to fall back from this, from looking. It's every other video just killing our people. Tased the woman that was pregnant at the time. How can you go and you target her stomach? The first thing I thought, okay, you're targeting her reproductive organs because you're trying to kill her unborn seed. Treating us like that. This video is very much touching. As I play this, I'm gonna go and see if he's okay. But yeah, targeting our people is not cool. I want to say I appreciate that there are other white people and other races. I saw some Asians that do not like what's happening to us. I appreciate that. It's going to take more than a street painting that Black Lives Matter. It's going to take more than taking down monumental signs. Because if you ask me, they in hell anyway. Rather those monumental statues are up, they burning in hell, if you ask me. So it's going to take more than that. It's going to take changing the program. And I like Hawk Newsom, and I stand for what he stands for. You're not going to continue to do this. The reason why we don't defend ourselves is because the fear of the unfair consequences we will get. So you get to brutalize us, spit on us, and we can't defend ourselves. Time out for that. So this is a very touching video. I'm gonna take a look at that. while I call Scott. 1 second. Okay. I just had to get it ready. Wait a minute. I almost didn't come live. I really just got fed up with it every time you turn around. Oh, Daddy Lolo, bless you, sweetheart. Let's make sure we put your comment up. I appreciate y'all gifts because not only are we facing, we're not only facing this racism. Spit and fire. You go, girl. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. You have no idea. Thank you. Not only are we dealing with racism in those places, we deal with racism on YouTube. We deal with racism everywhere. So I appreciate your gifts, everything you do. And I'm going to go call on Justice Investigations, make sure everything worked out. Okay, here we go, y'all. Let me move me out the way.
We are on the corner of Prairie and El Segundo, and they have their guns drawn on this young black man right here. Why are your guns pulled on this young man?
I got no weapons.
He has no weapons on him. We live right now. We are so live. What's your name?
They attacked you.
What's
the gas station? They attacked you.
What's your name? What's your name?
Make sure you add that.
What's your
My name is William.
last name, William?
What you loaded for? I ain't doing shit. I have no weapons. I'm gonna kill an unarmed black man.
Are you gonna shoot him? Are you gonna shoot him?
What?
Okay, relax, baby. Relax, because they will shoot you. They killed my boyfriend in 2015. Yes, he was killed by the police. You're gonna shoot me too, right? For filming, right? We live. Look at that big ass gun she got on this man with no weapon. Is all that really necessary, ma'am? I'm sorry. I just need to know. Is all the guns drawn on him necessary? Excuse me, Mr. Officer. My name is Sky Hosey. My boyfriend name was Leroy Browning, and he was killed December 15th at a Taco Bell. This is crazy to me. Look, my car is right there. I was getting gas. I don't understand why y'all got guns drawn on him right now. Are y'all about to kill this man? Like, look at these big ass guns they got on this man right now. Look at this baby. Look at this baby.
Stand up and walk slowly to the sound of my voice. Do it now.
Can y'all just put y'all guns away and somebody get them?
Sound of my voice.
My name is William, not suspect.
Don't move. Don't move. Please don't move. Can somebody just come get them? Can somebody put your guns down and get them, please? Don't resist him, okay? Why are y'all pulling him over with so many guns and he's unarmed? My name is Sky.
All right.
My boyfriend was killed by the LA County Sheriffs in 2015.
Okay. We got a call of a robbery, and he loosely matches the description of just detaining him, okay? While we investigate, all right? We're not saying he's a suspect, but we gotta figure out what's going on, all right? So try and relax. So we can figure out. It says a weapon was involved. That's the only reason why he gets held at gunpoint, okay? It's just for our safety and everybody around safety, all right? Just relax.
But this is really sad. It's real sad, and I actually cried when I first saw this. The video was just about through. Justice going to join us any second now. I was extremely sad, and I know this touched you. The fact that this woman, let me get this removed. Thank you. The fact that you have to beg, break down, make them relate, make them see you as human, and it doesn't sound to me like this woman was black. The lack of pity, the lack of mercy. it just touched my heart. And I just wanted to remind the world, whoever will watch this video, whenever, that it should not even take that. You got a gun on this unarmed man. And we got Injustice Investigations joining us. Here we go, guys. I'm going to let him on. Hello there.
Good evening, Spicy. How are you? How are you?
Good. It was my fault, everybody, because I got the time zones messed up.
Okay. I'm glad you called because I was just about to go live on the other side there.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, how's your day going?
Everything is going good. I actually just let them see a video. So we were just stalling a little bit because of me, but my day is good. Everything's good. I wanted to just get into, you know, I've been talking about Black Lives Matter because I know we're going to focus on that. And I see a lot of YouTubers that are Black. They constantly say that the Black Lives Matter. They try to probe it and make it, diminish it and make it an argument, even analyze it. Why are they making money? Why are they profiting? Why is this an organization? This is not real. I mean, I feel like Black people tear each other down before you can even get ahead. And so that's kind of where I was going with it. I appreciate Black Lives Matter, as I was telling everybody, because even if it is an organization, I don't understand why you can't just help the person succeed. Even if it's some profit to be gained, I don't understand why you wouldn't want them to profit. But can you tell me, shed light on what you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's a good topic. And it is an argument across the country of people profiting off of organizations. T.D. Jakes said something many years ago. He was being interviewed, and they talked about all his books that he have out and his movies, and how much he charged to appear and speak somewhere. And in a nutshell, he simply said, if you're good at what you do and you have a service for the people that they can benefit from, then yes, you should receive paid for that. When I'm going to speak somewhere, a lot of times we go free. A lot of times people have to pay. There's nothing wrong with being paid for your time. So that argument, it is out there, but in my opinion, it's a very, very weak argument. You have to eat. You have to pay your bills. You can't just hop on a plane and go here and speak just because you have a genuine concern for social issues. Somebody has to put that bill. So it is nothing wrong with Black Lives Matter members, those that have organized the group to get paid. They should make a profit off of it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Shouldn't it be organized?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. And this is a good conversation, Al, because we often do that to each other. My side thing is I sing. Okay. That's my thing. I sing at my family calls me for funerals. I'm a funeral singer. You know, they got the wedding singer. So I do both. But lately I've been at this is my third funeral this summer, in spring into summer. Mm-hmm. I don't expect them to pay me because I've always, unless the Lord leads me, but it's my family for one. And I've always had a heart to bless God back with the gift that he gave me. He always blessed me back. But yes, when I do go to different places, I do expect to be paid. I just don't understand why our own people, we have to elevate our minds and understand that you so busy picking at the little things that how can you get ahead? I just feel like it should be an organization. It should be a movement. It shouldn't have to be that we have to protest for human rights.
Exactly. And you know, a lot of that goes back to I don't like you, I hate you, I cannot stand you. Bottom line, I'm jealous of you, and I can't find anything else to complain about or to put some dirt on you other than you're making a profit off of blase. Okay, and I mean, you pay time. I mean, Comcast and everybody else and the cell phone companies and stuff. If people can make a profit offer doing something, then there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, some guys go out there and pay the damn prostitute.
Absolutely. Hey, they want to get that money too.
Exactly.
I was telling a man at 7-Eleven yesterday, and he wasn't all that good looking, but a man that works, that I love it. I love it. He was a construction worker. Oh my God. He had his had his lottery ticket. So he started saying, he said something to me, and I said, oh yeah, we ladies, we love the money. You can't tell us that. Right. And so that, he wanted to hit on me after that, so I had to run. But the point, I don't know. The point is, even when I say as an artist, because I think about how Nicki Minaj, that's one of my favorite rappers, because I like music, I like lyrics, I like writing. How people quick to jump on the side of Cardi B. Even it's more black women that defend Cardi B. She took a dump on live. She went to Africa. She disrespected the queens in Africa that paid her respect. She called them bees, and I'm just looking at how many women are defending that, and they tearing up Nicki. And you got these people that's behind these articles that write. I'm paying more attention now, because all of us now, us blacks, we're paying attention now. And I'm seeing how they are the instigators. They write these articles. Every time they write an article, it's something bad about Nicki. Look down 2 inches down, and I see something good about Cardi. And like I said, and they're white, so I'm calling them out. But there's black people that tear you down. Let the Black Lives, if the Black Lives Matter movement that's what got the protests going. That's what got the wide world, involved.
Exactly.
So we have to stop tearing each other down.
You're right. I have a friend of mine, and I've been quoting him a lot this week, and I don't know why, but it just keeps popping up show after show. And I take it to my grave what he said. He said, most black people rather be entertained than informed. Absolutely. So when you look at those two, and with the things that Cardi B does to not only degrade herself, but to degrade others in the process of doing that. Well, bullshit sells. Jerry Springer made millions. Ricky Lake made millions off of bullshit. You get a woman come on there, she's trying to find out who is the baby daddy. She done had sex with probably 20 damn different guys and stuff. And so that's embarrassing and try to find out who his baby daddy is. But a lot of people, they like bullshit. They would rather be entertained than informed. And so as you just put it, and I totally agree with that, to God be the glory for Black Lives Matters, because a lot of things that's going on now we wouldn't know about. And a lot of things are getting better because of Black Lives Matters, That's
absolutely. On that note, I would like to share this quick video that I think you'll enjoy. I don't know. Do you know anything about Fox News? Like, do you watch Fox News?
If I'm drunk.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad you said that. I can't. Tucker is racist. Everybody knows that he's racist. So I was happy when the leader of Black Lives Matter, who I think you may know him, Hawk Newsom. He represented for the brothers and sisters, and I'm just impressed. But I would like to show you, which I think you're going to enjoy this, because I'm a clip shower. I like to show. So he just went on, and you know how they do. I was glad that he was able to stand up for this woman and stand up. I was hoping that he did it. He got the interview with Tucker, because Tucker is very racist. He's he talks about Black Lives Matter, and he talks about how we're rioters. But if you can let me just pull this up real. It's a quick video, but I think you'll be entertained. There we go, on the side. I never did it to people and had the video, so I didn't know how that was going to look. And I thank everybody for coming. Everybody, I want Just to be himself. There are no don'ts on this. Only thing I don't want you to do is be poised. I want you to feel free. I would like you to feel free and everything else. So let me play this video.
Thank you for having me.
So, obviously, people watch what you say in that video, that you want to people's throats. Now that you have everyone, you also have called said that violence is necessary in these situations. What exactly is it that you hope to achieve through violence?
Wow, it's interesting that you would pose that question like that because this country is built upon violence. What was the American Revolution? What's our diplomacy across the globe? We go in and we blow up countries and we replace their leaders with leaders who we like. So for any American to accuse us of being violent, it's extremely hypocritical. Now, when we talk about violence, we talk about using self-defense. We use. Why are you screaming and not allowing me to talk, ma'am? You asked me a question, allow me to answer. I'm in the process of answering, and I won't be that much longer. Okay. You asked what we hope to achieve. We're talking about self-defense. We're talking about 4 or 5 police officers choking someone to death and someone from the community having the training to intervene effectively. We're talking about saving lives. Nobody's talking about ambushing police officers. We're talking about protecting lives. And there's nothing more American than that. And when we talk about uplifting and upholding the Second Amendment, I think that you should be applauding me. Seeing as though you guys are huge supporters of the Second Amendment, but it seems to be the hypocrisy of America that when black people start talking about arming themselves and defending themselves, the talk is violence. But when white people grab assault rifles and go to our nation's, their state's capitals, it's all good.
All right. First of all, I've never talked about my stance on the Second Amendment. That's I'm not criticizing you or praising you.
You don't support the Second Amendment? You don't support the Second
Amendment?
That's
not my role here to talk about my opinion.
I'm asking you a question. Do you support the Second Amendment?
The Second Amendment is part of our Constitution.
Amendment, yes or no? A lot of your viewers would like to know if you support the Second Amendment.
That's fine. But that's not why we're here. And the only reason that I posed that first question to you the way that I did was that I watched you, talking on a bunch of different interviews today. And you said, burn it down. You said, burn it down. It's time. So that makes me think that you want to burn it down.
I said, if this country doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. All right. And I could be speaking figuratively. I could be speaking literally. It's a matter of interpretation. Like, let's be very real. And let's observe the history of the 1960s. When black people were rioting, we had the highest growth in wealth and property ownership. Think about the last few weeks. Since we started protesting, there have been 8 cops fired across the country. You remember they were telling us that there was due process. That's why the cop that choked Eric Gardner to death kept his job and received raises for 5 years. Anytime a cop hurt a woman, hurt a child, hurt pregnant people, hurt our elders, there was always a call for due process. You must wait. You must wait. But the moment people start destroying property, now cops can be fired automatically. What is this country rewarding? What behavior is it listening to? Obviously not marching, but when people get aggressive and they escalate their protests, the country listens. Cops get fired. Now you have police officers. You have Republican politicians talking about police reform. I don't condone nor do I condemn rioting, but I'm just telling you what I observed.
You're saying that that's what appears to be working and getting results right now, and maybe that is something for everybody to think about. I just want to put up this quote from Martin Luther King, and I've heard you talk about Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X, and you said that he was an anomaly. Martin Luther King. He said, "Let us be dissatisfied until that day when nobody will shout white power, when nobody will shout black power, but everybody will talk about God's power and human power." Do you agree with that?
I love the Lord, and my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is the most famous black radical revolutionary in history, and he was treated just like Dr. King. He was
they don't like that.
Arrested on occasion, and he was also crucified or assassinated. This is what happens to black activists. We are killed by the government. Well, and if you need context, if you read your Bible, it'll say that Jesus had feet like burnt brass and hair like wool. I don't know if you noticed, but our hair seems to be more like wool, and we seem to be likened to that color than anyone else.
So basically, and just I wanted to Al, I wanted to play that video because it has some great points in it. One of the good points that I like, there's a couple, but when he talked about us being able to have guns, first of all, I love his confidence. That's what y'all got to take from that. They usually, they usually want the upper hand, and his posture, his composure, and his poise was a matter of fact, and he wasn't going to allow. She wasn't coming close to intimidating him. But
Exactly.
when we talk about amendment number 2. And you always talk about guns. I want to know, what would you say, your opinion? What would you say about to black people about guns? How would you advise them? And just, I would like to hear whatever else, what you feel about what he was saying.
Get a gun. It's as simple as that. Listen, it's ironic that you played that clip, because earlier today, I replayed that same clip. And I watched it.
Did you?
Today. I did. That exact clip I played. And at the same time, I got pissed off all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get to the guns. But a white woman was on my page a couple of weeks ago. And we were talking about the violence in this country that's afflicted on black people. Well, she didn't like some of the things I said. One of the first things she said to me is that, well, Dr. King said, and so I instantly stopped her. I'm not Dr. King. I'm not Dr. King. So you're not going to get the Dr. King from out of me. He did it his way. Malcolm X did it his way. And I have my way of doing things. White people, if you want to go back and you really want to research how we got to where we're at, you have to go back to white history.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can go as far back as 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
When 35 blocks was burnt down. We learned how to ride, how to loot, and how to burn things down from white America.
That's right.
When white men and white women exercising their rights to bear arms went to the Capitol in Michigan, it wasn't a goddamn problem. Nobody went to jail. They walked up in there strapped down. Nobody said nothing. They talked with them calmly. Everything was fine. Now, black people began to exercise that same right. Now, there's a problem. This is violence. How is it violence? But he handled her well.
Right.
Handled her well. You cannot make me say, okay, well, Dr. King. Okay, well, Dr. King was wonderful in his damn day. If I had been here in his time, I wouldn't have been on his team. I would have been right there with Malcolm X by any goddamn means necessary. When we get to tearing up shit and beating white folks' ass, then we shouldn't do this. The Bible says this. The Bible says a lot of shit.
Amen. Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it only comes into play when you see black people are waking up. Well, what about this? And what about that? Well, you said burn it down. He did say burn it down. I said burn it down. I still stand by
burn
it.
that shit down.
You can't continue to meet violence with a Bible in your hand and a pocket knife.
Right.
You can't do it.
Mm-mm.
You can't. But when you're getting on their ass, they don't like that. They want to try. Well, you said this and you said, I said a lot of shit. But as he told her, times have changed.
Right.
Y'all got us to this point. We tried to do it Dr. King's way. But you don't like this shit. You like it when we cuss you out and we beat your ass. So me, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I can't see your people comment, so I hope I'm not upsetting anyone.
I said, dude, they want it. They want it. This, we need this. We need it. Have your way.
So when we get to guns, if you can legally buy a firearm, I encourage you to do that.
Right.
If you are a convicted felon and you cannot, I encourage you to buy you a gun from the black market, to buy you a gun from off the streets. And I said it on my channel. I'm going to say it here.
Right.
I would rather for you to knock somebody on their ass than we have to bury you because you showed up to a gunfight unarmed.
Right.
If they don't play by the rules, why in the fuck should we play by the rules?
Right.
You got to knock their fucking ass off. Because listen, there is a war that's being raged against black people, but they want you to come out there in nigger mentality, which means, well, we're going to pray, and God says, my enemies will be my footstools, and I'm going to pray for those who go against me. We're not doing that shit no more. We're not our ancestors, and we're kicking ass and we're taking names. It's as simple as that. You want to raise war? Okay, we're going to give it to you. We didn't start this shit, but we're the ones that end it.
Yes, that's right. I could not have said it better. And I agree 110%. I got one, you know.
Amen. Amen.
I thought don't, you know, they coming out, like you said, with AKs and all types of assault rifles at their protests. Exactly. It's like you want to bully. You want to bully, and you get to spit on our kids. The 17-year-old decent young man that woman spit on. I'm telling you right now, I still see myself reaching in her throat. Like it's exactly. Those days are over with. Now you don't want us to really show our strength, because you know we're stronger. Exactly. The only reason why we have not been defending ourselves is because of unfair consequences. But as you said, get you a gun and defend yourself.
You're gonna have to get a gun or just die like a bitch. It's as simple as that. That's right. If you spit on me, when you spit on someone, that's an act of degradation. You're degrading them. So when you do that, then there are no rules. Anything goes. I would have beat the bushings out of her ass.
That's right.
Racism is on every day. There's something new with white people and black people. Shortly before airtime here, my sister Yvette tagged me in a post of a white woman that was calling a soldier who had fought for this country, who was coming home. Called him a nigger. I don't like niggers. Blase. And he couldn't understand why she was talking to him like this. And he just fought for this country.
Right.
In the apartment complex where she lived in, they immediately drew the papers up and evicted her. But here's what's going on. That's not the end of it. You're going to continue to see this and more of it as days go on. And it will continue to be on the rise until you get Donald Duck out of the White House.
Oh, yeah.
He gives his thumb of approval for racism. When you sit there and you tweet white pride out, and it stays out for an hour until they have to make your ass take it down.
Take it down. My God.
You tweet that bullshit out. I tell you why. Because you are racist.
Right.
You are racist. If he would shut his damn mouth, if he would look out and say, I condemn all of this shit, it might die down. But he don't. He encourages it. And see, what a lot of white folks don't realize, they out here buck ass naked in the street. Donald Trump got security.
Right.
But even his Secret Service learned a few weeks ago that blacks don't give a fuck. They threw bricks and bottles at their ass.
Yeah.
But you're disturbing blacks just because you can do it. And we're tired of it. We're not our ancestors. There's no need to ask why you're doing it. I know why you're doing it. You want your ass whipped. And so if you campaign for it, whip their ass.
Right. And that's the thing what Hawk said. As you said, we tried. What kind of message are you sending? This is my point. You don't want us to fight, but we try to protest, and that's not working. You shoot with rubber bullets. You know, you basically tear us down through the media. So what choices are you, what kind of message are you sending? The only way we really got any change is when we start burning the shit down.
That's it.
And so I totally understand and agree. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't care about that church that Trump was parading around that people were burning. They should have burned the church down, because just because it's a church does not mean God is in the church. God then left that church or never was there. You got so much stuff that people don't want to talk about that's going on in the church that God said, I'm not in that. I'm not in a lot of this stuff. So they could have burned that church down. It would have been better off, in my opinion.
Exactly. It's scary. Every day we wake up, and I think you and I talked about this the other day. With the hatred and racism that's going on, it's impossible for us to keep up with every damn story.
My God.
I mean, just as soon as you get through doing research on one, I got 10 more done popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And people are getting tired.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting fed up.
Oh, yeah.
We tried to, when we said we're going to protest peacefully, and we mean it.
Yeah.
We have police officers show up in riot gear.
Mm-hmm.
That right there plays with your mind.
Right. Right.
And so you come out and you'll spray us just because you can do it, and we haven't done any damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you do that so that we can come at you, and then you can beat us, kill us, or lock us up, or whatever the case may be. Well, Black people are tired.
Yes.
Black people are tired. We walked out, we talked out, and I'm prayed out. I'm not praying for nothing to change. You're going to have to be the change that you're looking for in this country, because every day they're telling you, you don't belong here. We don't like you. You're still a nigga. You're 3/5 of a human. We don't like your black ass. But when you get out there and you become an intelligent Black person, and you get things together like Black Lives Matter, you bring them on your show and you try to cross them up, not realizing who you're dealing with.
That's right.
Now, we learned how to ride from white people. Let's talk about in the 40s and the 50s when they would burn down our homes just because they could do it. When they went in there and snatched Emmett Till up out of the house, we're going to take him, we're going to teach him a lesson, beat him, and we're going to bring him back. You couldn't do shit then, but let them do that.
Right.
And they would burn down stores. And now Blacks are doing the same. And by the way, white folks are doing it today too. They don't want to talk about that. White folks are burning shit down too.
Yeah, they've been caught on
from white folks.
Mm-hmm.
This system is coming home. It's as simple as that. But now you want peace. We're not going to give you no goddamn peace. In order to get some peace in our lives, we're going to have to raise some hell.
That's right. That's right. And it reminds me when you said Emmett Till, it's amazing how if we were so much of a 3/5 of a human, wouldn't we, and if we were monsters, wouldn't we had killed the woman that's still alive today? The woman lived to 90 years? We allow her to live. We didn't go in and destroy her because she lied on Emmett Till. That's it. You could see the hate come out of these people. You could see the devil in their eyes. I have never seen that. And I guess that's just the way it is. One thing I noticed is in these situations is that in all these situations when it comes to George Floyd, the man that I showed them was being held at gunpoint. Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, the woman that they just tased, the cop tased her in her stomach. She was pregnant. When it comes to all of them, why is there always white cops? Where are the black cops? It's like you purposely want to go to show to harm us, and that's what I'm fed up with.
You know, when we look at the police in this country, and then we talk about police reform and defunding the police department and stuff. I'm glad you brought that up about the white cops. One thing I think needs to be done is that cops should patrol their own neighborhoods where they know people at, and they have somewhat of a good rapport with them. And rather than someone who don't know a certain individual come on the scene and there's a gun or a weapon involved, and they just boom, 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 this person may be able to talk to them, and talk to them, to de-escalate the situation. Now, but here's the thing. I don't know about good cops and bad cops, because if I'm a good cop and all this bad shit keep going on, I love what I do. My name means everything to me. I can no longer be a part of this.
Right.
Because silence can speak so loud. I must leave. So if you said they're good cops, okay, well, where are all the fucking good cops at when the bad cops keep acting the fucking ass?
Exactly.
Where they at?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Right.
And so what do we do? Do we defund the police department? I don't know. I mean, it's bad. But now you think about defunding them, taking the money over to other organizations to let them somewhat run your city. If you think it's bad now, it might be worse.
Yeah.
If we would seriously give this some consideration. Here's what I think needs to be done. Just my opinion, Spice, just me. The academy is not the problem.
Okay.
The people that we're choosing to give a badge and a gun to. That's your problem right there.
Right. That's
You
right.
have to go through a long process to even be considered to be a Secret Service agent.
Mm-hmm.
They go back to the day you came out of your mother's womb to talk to people about you. Some of those same tactics need to be used when you're considering giving someone a gun and a badge to be a police officer. And then that information must be made public.
Right.
And the public must have a say. I don't give a damn if it's 500 trying to get a job. We must have a say so in every officer that you are thinking about giving a gun and a badge to, because y'all may have missed something. But that needs to be public. And so just because you have a GED and a high school diploma, we can't give you no gun and no damn badge. We need to know who we're dealing with. Everything starts within the mind. So you can ban the chokehold in New York, you can ban it in Chicago, you can ban it in Louisiana. But if you do not ban that diabolical racist mind, you've done nothing.
That's right. That's right. So what do you think we can do to change that type of mindset?
Again, we must sit and examine who comes in for a job.
Right.
When I was assistant manager at a department store, when I got there, the turnover was terrible. I mean, damn near every other week we're firing people, we're bringing more people on, or people are quitting. And so I'm talking with the head lady, and I'm saying, you know what your problem is? She said, what's it? You hire everybody to come in and say they need a job. That's your problem right there.
Right.
Just because they say they need a job, do you give them a job? No. You find out who you're dealing with. I don't care how impressive a person's resume looks, Spice. You never know what you got until you get it. And she had a tendency of picking the worst of the worst just to get somebody in there, and we got to replace them this time next week.
They need to replace her.
And she needs to go because she's the problem, you know? And so when it comes to people that's supposed to be serving and protecting us, we can't take it lightly.
Right.
We got to really study who we're about to give a gun and a badge to. Well, I love my country and I just want to protect people. Oh, goddamn, you've been programmed to say that shit, brother.
Right.
It needs to be more psychological tests given.
Absolutely.
They need to come out and meet with the community before you even put them into the academy.
Exactly.
Let's have a block party or whatever. Bring them out. I want to talk to them. We got to meet. A friend of mine's mother called me. I think Bertha called me last night about her son. We all grew up together. In Dallas, Texas, doing well. He's trying to put together a proposal to where the police officers, those that want to be police officers, must come out. Meet the people in the neighborhood. They must do community service. They must get out there and get a feel of the people as so we can get a feel of them. Because if not, we're going to be right back here again because she has a badge and a gun, and they feel that whatever they do is law because the police union, they're going to protect them. When you have a police union and you have other police officers, let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. In Atlanta, saying that we're not going to come to work, we're going to call in sick, or if we come to work, we're not going to answer no 911 calls unless it's a police officer that needs help. That tells you right there. All of them. Frame of mind. So you're telling me you're okay with police officers committing unjustifiable homicide. You so into that bullshit that you would rather quit or not come to work or not protect the citizens until we take those 2 men out of the jail cell and put them back on the force. No, they don't need to quit. Fire them motherfuckers. They got to go.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And that seems to me like common sense. They painting the street, taking down statues, they doing everything, but that's exactly what I'm thinking. Give these people a psychological examinations, and find out who these people are, put them in the community. Because when I called the cops, when I had that apartment where me and my mom lived, I called the police They come out as 5 white cops. And I wouldn't mind who it is if you are really caring about helping me. They come out, I see them a mile away. Okay. When I saw their position, I'm like, okay, I already know what this is. They're not helping me. And then they did not help me. So I agree 100%. You should be in the community where you live.
Yeah,
I told them to just get the fuck off. Excuse my language. I said, get off of my property and leave. Go send me somebody who knows me or relates to me. Don't come back here. I don't need you.
And see,
Because
the act of
they
doing
wasn't
that,
of any a service to me. We paying tax dollars for them to brutalize and murder ours.
and that's what a lot of black people don't get, that you're paying their salaries.
Yeah.
You're paying their salaries. So it's an act of intimidation. If you put more white cops in black neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
blacks tend to buy down quicker. Or if they don't buy down, then they're going to be disobedient. They will not obey a command. Then you can take them out by any means necessary. It's been this way since the beginning of time. Before the police departments came about, you had slave patrol. It started there. Slave patrol.
Yeah.
Find the slaves and bring them back so we can keep making money off of our property, which was niggas. And then it evolved into the police.
Yeah.
Department, so they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about me. But we got to start putting the right cops in our neighborhoods. Or if we can't get it right, then we're going to have to be the ones to change the system. The system is not going to change. We don't let them change it for us. We change it the way we want it changed. That's the problem. Now. Yeah, they still making all the goddamn decisions. And you have to realize that you have a voice.
Right.
You're paying taxes. You're paying their salary. You're going to listen to me tonight.
Right.
So where we're going to do this shit. It's as simple as that. If you cuss out your superior and you're a cop and they write your ass up, I need to be able to go online and pull it up and read it just as soon as they get through typing that shit up. I need to see your history.
Yes.
When you have an incident with anyone in the street, I don't need to know the one that you killed, John Williams' name alone. I need to know your name as fast as I know the victim's name. I need to know that. I need to know who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So we got to start holding them accountable. There's no more paid administrative leave. You have a leave, or you ain't getting paid this time. We should be able to sue police officers. And if I know you can sue my black ass, and you can take my pension, and my family is messed up for life financially, I'm less likely to mess up, even if I want to. But right now, there's nothing that backs a police officer up in the corner to say, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. You take a taser. It's a non-deadly weapon, but it becomes a deadly weapon when Rashawn Brooks gets it in his hand. Bullshit. It's still a non-deadly weapon.
Right. And that's exactly right. And when I think about, you mentioned Richard, from what I watched a video where his wife, she was so sad. They had a virtual court appearance, and she just talked about how, she's going to miss him and her heart is broken. But I believe that the cop got bailed out. So there's no real penalties. When we talk about Derek Chauvin, you talked about pension. I mentioned this before. He gets over $150 million in pension. He's 44. He can start taking out at least $50,000 when he turns 55. And his bail is around $125 million, which means you set him up. The system is already set up to work for them and against us. So we are absolutely right. We have to change the system. I do fear a little bit, because what happens is when you get the cops come to one person, they're in more of more danger. I think we need to find a way to be around each other, find a way to keep the videos going. And some kind of way we have to be a witness, because if you get them alone, like the guy Robert Fuller, who was found hanging, and they tried to say that the man hung himself. We know that's not a black statistic. We don't hang ourselves. That's not how they kill themselves. They usually take themselves out with pills. And that's what they tried to say and close the case. And it should not be under no circumstances that you have to protest for them to open up the investigation. This is inhumane. Who's 3/5 of a human? You have no heart. You have no soul.
That's a serious problem in this country when I have to beg you. I have to get on my knees. I have to get out in the fucking sun and protest and threaten you to do what you are hired to fucking do.
Yeah.
Now that worked back in the day. You could tell a nigga whatever you want to tell him. Oh, well, that's the police, you know. But it ain't. It's not working anymore. And you just said something that I say all the time. Film the police while it's illegal. Because a lot of police unions are trying to get lawmakers to make it illegal to film cops. Well,
no.
I would want it illegal to film cops as if I know we're doing some illegal shit.
Right.
I don't want it to be filmed. But as much as you can, when you see something, I encourage your viewers to film the police, but don't do this here. Don't agitate them. Don't tell them that you're filming them. They know your ass filming them. Don't make it hard for the people that dealing with, and at the same time, make it harder for yourself. Film them, get your little phone, whatever you got, and go on. Do not give them that video. Do not give them your cell phone. They cannot take that. Film them. Don't say nothing. Call the right attorney before you release that and make copies of it. Film the police. But it's sad, even when filming the police, Vice, sometimes we still got to get on our knees and beg for them to do the right thing when you got them on goddamn tape.
Yeah.
I think Boosie said it best. He said, cop shooters down on camera don't even get convicted. They some dirty bitches.
Yeah. It's sad. And they can lie. What I hated about Trump, now I'm so ready for him to be done. We all are. Is that he with Ahmaud Arbery, you saw the video and you said, yeah, that's terrible, but I'm wondering what I didn't see. It's like, even when you show them the video, you got us to the point where we damn near have to burn down your business. Yeah. You can build the business back. You can build up, put stone by stone. You can build up the building, but you took that man out. They could have arrested Ray Shard. Like you said, they could have took his license, and his wife said it seemed as if they was harassing him and they were antagonizing him. Why would it take 41 minutes and you end up killing him? You could have arrested him by then. He was cooperating with you. And I could not help but grieve with her. And it's the point that we are at.
Yeah. You know, the DA, Paul Howard, they did a very thorough.
I like him.
I like him too. I do.
Is that the DA? Who's the DA? I'm sorry.
Paul Howard, the black guy.
For Richard?
For Richard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I like him. Here's what he did. He said, we saw 8 surveillance video that I'm sure the cops didn't know exist. And he didn't say I saw them. He said my team saw them. And here's what we saw that y'all didn't know happened. We saw the guy that shot him kick him, and we saw the other cop stand on him not once but twice.
Jesus.
And we heard him say some derogatory things. Now, I respect this brother because he came out, and he gave 1 3. He gave the killer 11. Right. So, they overcharged him. We need another prosecutor. No, here's what you're saying. You have and this is them, not me. This nigga will not call no shots like this here. He didn't wait till the FBI got through. Well, he's independent. He don't have to wait till they get through doing their investigation. He's doing what he has taken an oath to do. He didn't miss a beat.
Yes.
Charge them accordingly to what they fucking did. And they need to be held accountable. This man stood there and he said, from beginning to end, Mr. Brooks did not pose any threat to those officers. If he was drunk, you really didn't know it because there was no slur in his speech. In a low tone when he spoke with them. Let me go home. Let me walk to my sisters. Blase, blase. You don't have to give me a breathalyzer. I'm telling you, I've been drinking.
Right.
You told me to pull over. What did I do? I pulled over.
Yeah.
This cop had it in his mind. I'm going to either kill this motherfucker or I'm going to take him to jail. Blow. Why he has to blow? Why? He's telling you, come on. He's tired. Let him go. But he didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he regrets it of many days. But when you have law enforcement, Spice, throughout this country that says we're calling in sick, we're not answering no 911 calls because we want those officers' charges dismissed. What you're saying to us, fuck you niggas, we want to kill y'all the way we want to kill y'all and get away with it. Fuck y'all, y'all don't mean shit. So when they say that, don't ask them if they're coming to work tomorrow. Terminate their bitch ass.
Get rid of them.
That's your threat right there.
Yes.
You must get rid of them.
Yes.
That's
You already
your
identified them.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
That's your problem. So the DA, I think him and his team did an excellent job. I told Cynthia just a little while ago, when cops are arrested for things like this, I don't think no cop in the United States should ever be granted a bail.
No way.
You are the law. I don't expect for you to fuck up because you are the goddamn law.
Yeah.
When you fuck up, there is no bail. Now, you know this from beginning, okay? There's no bail now. Shit done change. You got to sit until we find out how this thing is going to come to you. There is no bail.
Right.
There's no paid administrative leave. If you win your case, give them their back pay, put them back on the force or whatever. But when if I'm going to get 5 years for killing somebody and you're a cop and you get convicted for killing somebody, your ass should get 15.
Yes, mandatory.
Exactly.
Mandatory. What is very sad and disheartening, and I really hope that we can change it, is we have most of our black men who are the leaders, black men who are stronger than any other race in this world. They know it. And so they made it. It's a systemic problem on purpose. You know, I've been saying this because I see it. They are everywhere. They are your judges. They connected to the state's attorney, connected to the FBI, connected to the doctor, to the teacher, to everybody. Supremacists are everywhere on purpose. And that's how they can know that Derek Chauvin, his pension, it worked out for him because they already have connected and already worked it out to work for each other. We got most of our people locked up. Just like for weed. I don't know who was saying, I don't know if it was you. They locked up for weed. Well, they legalized weed. So you're doing time for something that now y'all asses are profiting off of. Your greedy asses are profiting off of because you're money hungry. You know, this is why it's gonna take looting. I call it, war. It's gonna take that because, like Hawk said, you did not hear us when we protested peacefully. And then you have Trump calling them thugs. Back to the point of Trump, because I want to, of course, get your perspective. Okay. I already talked about it, but he also, when it came to George Floyd, we know how he operated in that. He wanted to see more. And as soon as Candace Owens, the black woman, the Republican bitch, soon as she found the bad to talk about with George Floyd, she was the first one. Then now here you go to one. Here's Trump. No, here's another white guy who's also, I believe, racist. Because anybody that can't see humanity in what happened to George, you are racist. You wouldn't want it to happen to your family. So he retweeted it and said, yeah, he's nobody innocent and to be honored. And Trump retweets it. And not only did he retweet that, I told you about that when I went on your live. He tweeted out that some say that it was a favor or service to society that he's dead. So what are we to do? What do you expect us to do? You think that we're going to lay down forever and take that? That we're not going, we supposed to allow you to bully us? You mad? You're mad because we're not your slaves. You are mad because we said, fuck that now. Okay. I allowed you to believe that I was afraid, that I was, that you were over me and I'm inferior. But the reality is I'm not scared of your ass. I will whoop your ass.
I let you. First, let me say this here. And I'm speaking for black people, not niggas. Let me say this. As far as Candace Owens is concerned, black people do not endorse that slut.
Not at all.
I don't know where she came from, and I don't know when she's leaving, but we do not endorse her. Now, every fight is not your fight. And I'm referring to Donald Duck. Sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up because you don't know what to say. You can think anything you want to think on planet Earth. It's just not always good to say what you're thinking. When
Yeah.
you speak and you say derogatory things like that, did you forget that the family is still left on planet Earth to deal with this, and you just made it worse? And when white supremacists hear this, when the KKK hear this, when racist white people hear this shit from Trump, that gives them that courage to keep doing the bullshit that they're doing. And you're right. We tried a peaceful protest for many years. That shit got us nowhere. But a peaceful protest got us Michael Brown, Eric Garner, and we can go on and on and on. Well, guess what? Y'all not hearing us. So here's what we're going to do. By any means necessary, I'm going to get your undivided attention.
Yeah.
And President Barack Obama said, don't accept the life they're trying to get you to live into. Make the powers that be uncomfortable until they bend your motherfucking way. And so here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to realize that walking up and down the street, that shit worked back then. We can't keep using old methods to try to address new tricks from white America.
Right.
But you don't have to do one thing that worked then, and it will work until the end of time. Boycott. Stay your ass out of their businesses.
Yeah.
If you know Taco Bell just gave $500,000 to Donald Trump's re-election campaign, and we know what that duck stands for, don't go get another goddamn burrito from that motherfucker. Don't do it. Know where you're spending your goddamn money at. It doesn't do any good to protest, and you're going to have to charter a bus. And then you got to pay for a hotel. And then you got to pay to eat. And where you're staying and where you're going to eat are owned by white supremacists.
Right.
You fucking yourself. Stay out of their shit.
Yes. Yes.
You making it richer and richer. And if they find other ways to oppress you and to oppress it's just as simple as that. You got to know where you're spending your money. You have to know where you're spending your money. You know, and black people, you and I talked about this other day, we pump more money into the economy than any other race on the fucking planet. But we are dogged out more than any other race on the fucking planet. Do you not realize your power? You can shut the shit down. You can shut it down. You see, let's take this statue up. Let's move this here. Let's take this flag up. I don't give a damn about that statue. I don't give a damn about that goddamn flag. But let me tell you something. If you take up the Confederate statues, if you take up the Confederate flags, and by the way, more blacks have died up under the United States flag than that damn rebel flag. But anyway, here we go. If you remove the statues of Confederates, soldiers that did like blacks, that hung us, some burnt us alive. Here's what you will not do. You will not erase its history. The history is still going to be there.
Yeah.
So you're wasting time and energy saying, let's take up this here. Let's take up this here. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen because you're so damn smart, you're stupid. When a black man go into the courtroom and his charge carries from 5 to 15. Well, he's got a racist judge. He's got a racist DA. Y'all don't pull it up the Confederate monument, okay? They worship. Well, guess what's going to happen? He's never had a conviction in his life, never been arrested, never had a traffic ticket. Start from 5 until 15. That judge and that DA said, well, this nigga, I'm going to give him 13 years just because the goddamn monument gone. So you're creating a problem for other black people. Fuck the goddamn statues. Fuck the goddamn flags. The history of what they did still stands. You can't change that. So moving them, you can drag Christopher Columbus' ass from here to China. It won't change the history of what has happened. You got to get into the walls of justice and make things happen. Fuck that, the statues and the flags and shit. You're making it harder on brothers that have to go into the courtroom and they cannot afford a paid attorney, and the court got to appoint them one. Oh my God, Jesus, what the hell you think gonna happen now? But you want to goddamn statue move. Yeah, we demand you take it down right goddamn now. And so they take it down. But guess what? You just made it harder for your brother.
Yeah. That's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. One of the things you mentioned was that flag, and it makes me think about the insult and the trigger that Trump put out there when the people don't want to pledge to that flag. As soon as I found out, all these years I've been singing Star Spangled Banner, and when I found out that the second verse that nobody sings anymore, that verse is that song is racist. It's praising slavery. The fact that you know this, and you people need to know this, and I hate that word, you people, but we all need to know this. Research this. Look at verse 2 of this song, the Star Spangled Banner. The song is racist. That it makes perfect sense. None of you should be ever pledging to that flag.
Exactly.
Don't sing that song. Exactly. It's like you're saying, I feel like you're going towards, you got to think. You have to, it's more than one way. What they say than to kill I don't know, a pig, just say. We have to really think about critical think, because that's what I thought about when I saw an Instagram video of this. You had all these cops lined up, 5 white cops, and a guy, black, grown ass man, going to each cop. Oh, you ugly. You know what you say? Harassing them. And my thoughts is, please stop this stupid stuff. Because what they will do is then when there's an innocent guy, possibly Robert Fuller, a person that does work, that's not the stereotype narrative person, they can kill him because they're angry with you.
That's it.
And you grown, you too old now. We have too many black people, women and men shaking their ass on camera, and that just annoys me, because that's all you're about. They used to, that Sarah Bartman is a slave from back in Africa, back in the way long ago, who they put in a circus because she had the biggest butt.
That's it.
So white people took her from her family. She did not know the language. They took her from her family. I believe she was in Ghana, South Africa, and that would have broke her heart. Took her away, put her in a circus, and made her basically be a stripper, a prostitute, raped her, gave her alcohol. She became an alcoholic. This is your history. So y'all willingly go, right? Sticking your ass in somebody's face. That right there, that just makes me mad, because I'm a woman, a black woman, and I will not be, you won't get to say that about me, but the narrative that's all they do comes to mind.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because to this day, if we go back to Cardi B, some niggas are still being entertainment for the white man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the reality shows with a lot of black women, they're rich.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they fight every damn where they go. 2 girls don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are y'all always on a ship, plane, or train, or bus going somewhere, and y'all gonna fight?
Mm-hmm.
That's super stupid. And then when you come and you're gonna narrate this thing, you're sitting there with your big breasts is damn near hanging out with glitter and baby all over it, and you got so much goddamn lipstick and makeup. I was like, damn, she pretty. How in the fuck can you tell? How can you tell? So my point is this: we're still letting the white man use us to degrade our very own.
Mm-hmm.
There's other ways that you don't see a lot of white women in reality shows doing this shit.
Right.
Don't let them do that to you.
Right.
You can make $1 million without doing that shit. It's more to our black women than shaking their ass, and our black men than throwing and catching a goddamn ball. Now you can make your own move and do your own thing, but you still degrade on that. You bitch, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a boss bitch. But
yes.
When I call you a bitch, you want to fight.
Yes.
It just don't make no goddamn sense to me. So you're degrading yourself. You got the money, you have the power. You tell them what role you're going to play in. It's not always about the almighty goddamn dollar. Respect yourself, and I will have no choice but to respect you.
Yes, and that goes back to my story. This is the thing. Based on everything you said, which, by the way, was dynamic, this is also a part of changing this history, changing this problem. First, you got to respect yourself, because, like I said, when I was in grottos, and to make this show, I'm not going to tell the whole story. There was nothing but white in there. They looked at me when I came in that door like one guy looked at like he wanted to shoot me down. And the bartender, he was an angel in that moment. He just said he saw how uncomfortable I was. He said, "How are you?" So I went in, the cash register, boom. He gave me a larger soda and a free pizza when he got done with me, and told me how much of an angel of God I am. Came from God. He said it twice. The point is, I am the person that represents. Maybe I can change what he sees, but if he goes out the door and sees some ghetto trash talking, not trash, but trash talking Black American women that's out there not respecting themselves, that's loud, just not right, and I don't see a lot of that. I think we're doing pretty good where I'm at. But for example, if you see that, then you're going to have that experience with me. You're not going to remember that. We all have to change together. The men, I don't want to see your boxers. They still do it. I'm sick of seeing you on the corners. I am really sick and tired of it.
Yeah,
and just asking to get locked up at this point.
That's a problem, and it's a serious problem that when we're seeking justice for Blacks, all that has to come to the table. Everything that you just said, the way men greet you the way they see you, and vice versa. So all that has to come to the table. I don't need to see your ass, brother, when you're out in public. I mean, you have to have some respect,
right,
for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you respect yourself, then I'm going to respect you. It's just as simple as that. But when we go back to like Black Lives Matters, and we keep saying Black Lives Matters, Black Lives Matters. Okay, wait. Before we can get any other race to realize and believe that Black Lives Matters, Black people must believe that they damn self.
Right.
And so we can't say we believe that. And it's Black on Black crime every day, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Right.
Black Lives Matter. You better first preach that shit to Black people.
Yeah.
If Black lives really matters, then get that Black drug dealer out of your goddamn neighborhood.
Yeah.
Turn JoJo in, the one that shot Lil Papa last Wednesday. If Black lives really matter, let me know. Show me proof that Black lives matter. I don't need you protesting when it's a white and Black issue. I need to see you protesting for Black on Black crime.
Yeah.
That, but we don't want to talk about that.
Right.
That's how I'm talking about. No. That must come to the table too, Spice. We have to bring it all to the table.
Yeah.
If Black lives really matter, I need to believe that it really matters to me and my people before I can get the white man and say, I guess they right. They're right. But right now, I can't say Black lives really matter. I would like for it to be that way, but I can't see. So you're gonna have to prove it. And we got to address us. We got to address us in our education, getting up off of the welfare system, coming from up under the umbrella of the government. Some people get on the food stamp. That's meant for help. I can understand that, but it's not meant for you to make a goddamn career out of it.
Right.
On Oprah years ago said she's been on welfare, I think, for 18 or 19 years. She couldn't find a job. But when the folks was living in the goddamn bedroom because she had a lot of goddamn kids.
Right. And they do that too. They have kids, and I know one now. You have kids, you had them, and then as soon as you got that Section 8, you kicked them out. They with the grandmom. They got 3 different grandmothers, but you do not taking care. I'm telling you, that's the one thing that bothers my soul. You bring a child in this life, you responsible, but at the end of the day, you gonna get judged for that. You will be. It's just disgusting.
With that. I don't think. Let's say I'm the government. Really, I am. I'm the government. The government doesn't have any money. It comes from us. So now, Latasha done had Jalen and Lil Charles. Those are 2 sons. Okay. Now, I don't know who the daddy, because she don't know.
Right.
Now she pregnant again. Now we sending checks out for those 2. We got food stamps for those two. We're not going to foot the bill for number 3 because it looks like you're playing me, you're pimping me because you done been pimped. It has to be a cutoff point.
It has to be
that we stop and say, no, you got to keep your goddamn legs closed or make sure you're going to give it to the man that's going to stay there. But if you want to put him up for child support, you can do that. But here's what we're going to do now. We're going to change the shit. You're going to have to pay $365 up front for us to try to find this son of a bitch. That will stop some of this doing something close to nothing. You got able bodies sitting on their ass from the rising of the sun until the going down of the same and not doing a goddamn thing and saying, I got my own. You don't have shit. We have to, and people don't want to hear that because, I mean, if you can't do anything for yourself, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But when we talk about you just milking the goddamn system, we got to stop that shit.
No.
I'm not going to take care of your goddamn kids every time you got your legs open. You know, so it's a lot goes in when we say Black Lives Matter. So we got to start educating one another on Black lives. What do you mean when you say Black Lives Matter? It's just not about killing us. Yeah. But you have to matter to yourself.
Right. You got grandmom wanting to wear the blonde, act like the kid. You have that adult in the cop's face. You probably a grandfather, and you're acting worse than a child. You make us look bad. Like I feel like as a whole, this if that's all they have to see, if that's all who they have to see, that is also that's going to keep the bullying going. I don't like it. And you are absolutely right. This is all hand in hand. Black lives should matter here, and within charity starts at home.
Exactly.
So we gotta fix this here first. Take them off of welfare. I don't want that for our people to be stuck on welfare. I've worked since I was 13 years old. And like you said, if you are unable to work, we're not saying that. But if you are a well-able body and you just popping kids out, all you want to do, and you get rid of your kids, because that's usually a lot of times what the story is. You chasing a man more than you chasing your own kids.
Come on with it. Come on.
They need to chop that welfare off. Stop spoiling these people, because this is you giving them the right of way, and I don't want to give them the right of way to be able to say, oh, that's all y'all do is you're on welfare. That's all, you don't pay your rent. Let me tell you something. Thank God, I pay my rent. We pay our rent every month, you know, and things happen, but we just can't. We have to make a change. That's my point. We have to.
Spice, listen, you're absolutely positive and unquestionable right. We have to make a change, and so we got to get our people to the point to where they see themselves for who they really are. My brother Timmy often says that we didn't come here to have a good time, and we didn't. We didn't come here to have a good time, but there ought to come a point in your life when you're tired of being up under the umbrella of someone else. Because when you're up under the umbrella of someone and they're taking care of you, they have a tendency to dog your ass out. Right. Or demand that you do things that you normally wouldn't want to do. But since you ain't got no choice, you can't go nowhere, you accept this bullshit. And that's why a lot of blacks don't speak out when they should be speaking out, because they don't want to lose their entitlements. I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say shit. But you now become part of the problem. I think Too Short said it best. I quote him till the day I die. He said, instead of waiting on the government to help us, we better help our damn selves.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Well, it was a good conversation with you. I appreciate you here. And we about to wrap it up. We've been here 1 hour 23 minutes, and it seemed like we just started.
And this is my first time on your show.
Yeah, this is your first time on my show, right? Is it? Yes, it is. It is. Finally.
For 2 years, I've been begging to come on. Yeah, okay.
I've been begging to come on yours, and but finally got to do it. I think everybody. I know somebody in the chat said something, and I want to see with J-Rock. Let's see if I can pull this up. Breaking news. Is this real, J-Rock? He said, breaking news. According to CNN, the Tangerine tornado just tweeted out, "This is a battle to save the heritage, history, and greatness of our country." Oh, that must be Donald Trump. "This is a battle to save the heritage, racist, history racist, and greatness of our country slavery. What heritage? What history? We already know where. I believe that I know where that came from.
You know what? What's going on, J Rock? I'm glad you put his comment up there. Love you big time, brother. Donald Trump is a problem. I don't care what poll you check, and we've checked a lot of them. We've done our own polling. Every poll we check, at the beginning and the ending, it's always going to be the same. For the past 3.5 years, racism has been on the rise in this country, and it goes back to Donald Duck, the one that sits in the White House. But here's the thing. Some of y'all knew who he was before you selected him for that position. He wasn't elected, he was selected. Y'all knew who he was, but some of you didn't know he was as dangerous as he is now. So you go talk about who's a threat to this country. Donald Trump is the worst threat that this country has ever had in history. And I blame the Democrats and the Republicans, but mainly the Democrats, because when he came in acting like the Grand Wizard, they should have got rid of his bitch ass thing. That's what they should have done. But now they done gave him power that he don't fucking have, and he do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
He reminds me of a big brat. He's a bad child. This is the type of person that is a brat. I mean, he will cause a havoc, war, people to die, or they're talking about it now where he had where Russia was paid by Iran or Afghanistan to kill our soldiers, and he had this information, and he withheld it. Iran got a warrant on him, and guess what? Iran, thank you. I hope you catch that bitch.
Get it. If I could shoot that bitch over there to him, I would. I'd pay for the goddamn postage.
Have him.
I hate
do
him.
Us a favor.
Yeah, I hate him with I can stand that back.
I can't. For him to say this is a battle to save our heritage. Get this bitch out. Get this thing out of the White House.
You know, before we get out of here, I expected racism and hatred the way it is right now. I expected for this to happen when Senator Obama took office, but it didn't. It didn't. Even those that didn't like him and those that may have hated him, they changed their position because he earned their respect. Respect is never given, it's always earned. And he earned their respect so much, he did 2 terms without a stain. Donald Trump, you'll never live up to that.
We got to get him out of here. I mean, and this is my mind, like I told you on your show before we roll, is I'm at the point where I'm looking at videos of people in Africa. I'm ready to go to Africa. I'm like, I don't want to be. I was born in America, but I'm just so disgusted. What if all of us every black person, just give us a half of United States? I really feel like look. I know it's impossible.
Let me ask one question first about Africa before you get us all on that bus. Can we use our cell phones over there?
That's what I wonder. Of course we can. Because I saw the people over there. We think like that, but when I watched the videos, they got some huge houses. They have, you can use your cell phone.
Okay, I'm good. I'm ready.
Go to Jamaica. Just get out of these. I mean, I'm ready to go. I wouldn't even mind traveling over there to some place over what country in Africa. I don't know where yet. I like Ghanaian food, but Nigeria food. I don't know where, but I don't know if it's Jamaica. I just feel like this is. I'm just like this is sick. This is sick. So, I appreciate you and thank everybody in the chat. We're gonna do this again, right?
We will. I couldn't see your comments, but hello to everybody in the chat. I love you big time.
So y'all make sure y'all tune into Injustice Investigations. He should have put his Cash App up there because I didn't know it. I would have put it up there. But anyway, go ahead over there. If anybody here is just subscribe to me, check him out. You will love him. And thank you again, Al. I thank you so much for coming, and I thank y'all. Love everybody. Thanks for the donations. I truly appreciate it. We have to support each other.
That's it.
And it's the last thing I'm saying. Maybe you want final remarks. We have to support each other, even if it means I have to give to you too. You know, show that unity with one another and support each other. There's nothing wrong. I can give you $5 here and there. I mean, whatever God leads, put in my heart, because I'm gonna say it, God, but whatever is in your heart, give to Injustice Investigations if you have it. Let's support each other. Angie Pooh has a YouTube page, and I'm gonna just put her before I roll. Make sure we check Angie Pooh out. She's starting her channel. She supports me heavily, and I truly appreciate you, Angie.
Hi, Angie Pooh.
Yeah, and thank y'all so much. I'll be seeing y'all soon. Love you, Injustice, and
I
I'm
love
about
you.
to roll.
Thank you for having me. Y'all have a good evening. Bye bye.
Have a good one.